What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? Primetime 150 is finally here, the end of the season finale between Dexpremacy, the Xbox champion, up against AKA Dave, the PlayStation champion. Champions collide here this evening to close out this season in a big way. We have a short and sweet card to cap off all of the virtual violence that has followed and proceeded over the course of the last 50 or so events. We're not really going to waste too much time because obviously we're stylishly late as always, but we're going to be having Dasuki not up against Guru Gangster. It's going to be up against Amazon, I believe. Their doctor, is that correct, my man?
Yep, aka Amazon is stepping in for that one. Guru Gangster has magically disappeared, so
there you go.
We move.
Well, I will say, of course, joining me in the commentary booth, the man, the myth, the legend, J Dime, him fucking self, and then, of course, as you've already heard, Doctor Who, gracing us with his presence here this evening. Oh, I hope they're ready.
Man, I was gonna let Doc talk because I'm happy to see Doc. I was gonna let you go, Doc, but now
I thought you were gonna go.
No, I'm gonna take your turn. I got you.
That works for me.
Everybody, welcome to PT. We got a great card here. I haven't seen Amazon fight since Donald Trump was in office. It's been so long since we've seen Amazon, so I don't know what to expect right now, Doc.
Nah, me neither. I know he just won his unaired fight, so that's how he got this fight. He's looking to properly get back into what's gone last fight of the season as well. Could easily claim getting into maybe a late replacement slot in the PSGP when we run those within the coming weeks after, but so far he's got to prove himself against one of the arguably most notorious members of the PS division, and that is Dazuki, using Aljamain Sterling here.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that you reference Donald Trump because much like Donald Trump, King Amazon claims to be a man of the people here this evening. He's trying to take on a spammer in that octagon, and all credit to Dazuki. He's been trying to switch it up a little bit, Jay. He's been trying to showcase a little bit more of a well-rounded mixed martial arts game, but everybody knows what he is at the core, and that is these double legs, bails, take your back, maybe take you down, and try to submit or ground and pound you for a full 15 minutes.
Yeah, he don't got a fan-friendly style that people like. But I told him, you gotta keep doing what you're doing. If they hate, they're gonna hate. The problem is, you're gonna need something else behind that. You feel me? He gotta become a villain. He has to talk his trash. He has to have dominant performances, because if you just have a style that no one likes, and then there's no entertainment value in it, it's hard for people to want to see you, Cyrus.
I 100% agree with that. Like I said to him before, I want to see some striking to set up his takedowns. Like what he did when he was first on the card was a little bit much. I would say it's not really in the fighting spirit, but he's really taken all of the information, all of the advice on board. He's now still that grappling menace that people hate, But I think that is part and parcel of what he's bringing to the table. He's been talking his shit in the Discord, and
there we go.
Yeah, obviously looking to make those hands work a little bit when he gets you. He's got his first submission in, and that was very close, Doc, to getting a one-tap submission. Might not be long left if Amazon isn't careful.
No, but as you say that, rolling into this triangle choke, yeah, this isn't hold much, and there you go.
He's done. Well, look, Amazon, he answered this on short notice, hadn't had the opportunity or time to prepare for such a grapple-heavy threat. Did not take Dazuki very long here this evening, though, was able to get the job done, drained out his stamina, got in the first submission, almost tapped him on that one, and then very quickly set up the second. Unfortunate if you're Amazon, but we'll give him credit for taking the fight on short notice. Dazuki, however, claims another victim here this evening, Jay, and gets another W in that win column.
Another? Okay, I'm playing. All right.
You're in a lot of trouble.
Nah, this was his best performance to date, though. This is...
It was his cleanest, arguably. He showed a bit of that striking game. He really did some good damage there, and then although the takedown may have been a bit cheesy to some people's liking with the double leg bail going to that back take, it was well rehearsed, well pulled off, and then from there he was in his own world on the grappling game, which, as you can see, is where he's most comfortable. Suzuki really is one of those fighters. if it's all going well, he could get you out 1 round. If it's not, he's in for a war, basically.
This is the thing. He could have got spammy, right? He could have got spammy if he continued, but he only needed 1 takedown. He shot 1 takedown. He got 1 takedown. He got a submission, and that's that. That's all we needed. With that being said, though, we're going to move on in a very fast fashion to the very next fight here this evening. There's only 9 scheduled for this evening, but Marcus up against B3 Goat is the next one on the scorecards, J-Dime. These 2 fighters have been around the scene for a little while now, and they like to put on a bit of a performance. I don't imagine we're going to see too much grappling here this evening in this bout, especially with the fighter picks that we have ahead of us.
So I wish that Roger was here to introduce Marcus, because in Roger's eyes, this is the GOAT. This is the greatest of all time to him, right? I wish he was here to say that, but I'm sorry, Marcus. I'm not biased to you. I'm about to keep it real here. All right. So Marcus should be the underdog in this fight, but Marcus has a weird way that every time you fight Marcus, it's a competitive fight. Like, even if he gets whooped, it's always competitive. It's not an easy fight. But he has an opportunity here to go against a former PT champ and gain that respect. But I don't know. I have no clue what Marcus is going to do. It's anything can happen. It's Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, the part of it is he is up against one of his toughest threats, or toughest challenges so far. Goat, not only a former champion, but one of the more seasoned veterans of the esporting community on UFC 5, period. He has also got a very solid pick out here, Doc, with that Pereira pick. The damage, the power in those kind of strikes are evident in every bout that you see him in. So this is going to be a case of like really, really narrow margins of error for Marcus. He's going to have to fight pretty much a perfect fight to get himself ahead and keep ahead in a bout like this.
Yeah, it's going to be really just when he lands his shots, he's not taking pictures, he's out of the pocket, he's not trading. He's not doing anything that's going to basically give him any more damage than he has to take here. And putting on the pressure here means he can kind of control that distance somewhat. He has a lot of room to back up. But then taking shots like a rear hook, it's just going to get worse and worse if he continues and does damage himself. Like, those trades aren't a good idea, to be honest, Jay, here.
Yeah, why the fuck are you trading with Alex Pereira? I'm okay with you coming forward if it's intelligent pressure, but is he trading with Alex doesn't make sense on power shots to me, Cyrus.
No, I completely agree. He's faster, right? He can get a flurry of combinations, but you can't be trading. You can't be trading with him. You've got to be in and out using that lateral movement a little bit. And, maybe some intelligent kind of L steps to get out of the range of some of the rounded shots that you expect to be coming back your way of Goat MMA. The thing about Goat is that he does throw some unorthodox combinations and unorthodox shots, but he's not opposed to trading in the pocket, and he picks characters that excel in doing that as well. As you saw, he's already got a clip really, really early, got that rock. And he is slightly ahead in stamina, which is kind of fucking mad, Doc, considering that he is Alex Pereira, and that we're talking about Goat of MMA, who typically goes balls to the wall in terms of pushing the action in here.
Yeah, I mean, during this fight, though, he's the one allowing Marcus to really press forward here. He doesn't care. He's happy just waiting on this back foot here, staying patient, throwing a couple of shots. He knows he's got the power, I suppose, with Pereira, which means instead of looking to maybe force the action like he does, he's just allowing the game plan to naturally happen. And now you're seeing towards the end of this round, he's now starting to press forward here, Jay.
Yeah, he's fighting like he don't have a threat in front of him because he's just really chilling with his back on the cage and just letting him walk forward to him. Yeah, he's getting hit a few times, but he's the one doing the damage because he has that power in Alex Pereira's hand, Cyrus.
Exactly, and he's keeping it a little bit more fundamental in the way that he's approaching. He's keeping his shot selection very, very kind of standard, and it's working out as a result. I will say that I saw Marcus a few times in that round trying to be a little bit more deceptive in the way that he sets things up. He's trying to use like stutter steps backwards in order to get just out of range and land combinations and land counters. He did manage to do it once or twice, but I also feel like that is a large part in why he continues to get clipped. That and the fact that he does, as Jay said earlier, seem a little bit too willing to trade up against the powerhouse that is Alex Pereira.
Shout out to Marcus though, but he got to change game plan. There we go. Like, you can pressure him and use your long-range weapons. kick from the outside, throw teeps. You should not be in front of this motherfucker trading hooks with him or trading uppercuts. And he got stunned when he tried to trade uppercuts with him, Doc.
Yeah, he wants to be using those jab strikes if he can, really dig down to that body. He had really good success with the body uppercut early on. I would try when Goat went to do a pullback. Those types of things you can do, those step back straights are there. Basically anything that means you don't get caught by Pereira in any form and way is going to help him massively.
Yeah, he continues to get clipped, though. Another big rock. I mean, he's looking good up until he gets clipped every single time, and I think it's the fanciful approach that he has. Although a big head kick was very close to landing right there. Yeah, I mean, it's not over for Marcus right now, but he is definitely ice skating uphill. The good news is that this man has been in a spot like this in the past and has been able to turn the tides of a fight into his favor. Does not give up on himself, if nothing else. Obviously, still plenty of time to work as well there, Jay. He's doing a lot of the right stuff. Just kind of has to really find that next level to be able to kind of get himself ahead in this bout.
And you was right. Marcus is used to adversity. You can say he's used to getting beat up. But, like, Marcus got to move his head, like, just move your head, move your feet. Get out the way. His game plan should have been, I'm going to get mine and get out of there. Say I throw a sidekick, get out of there. I land my combos, get out of there. He's now, his head health is fucked right now.
That head health is basically... If you're Goat, you do not need to be going on the ground here. You can, I mean, even the stat guards, there's no real point. You've got the power. You can just dish out on the feet, walk forward, jab, straight, and then find the hook. Even the trades go in his favour now. And with a minute 30 left in round 2, this is going to be such an uphill battle. You can tell that Goat's just firing that straight to get the block down, waiting for Marcus to engage after that, and it's just going to be difficult. The head kick's there, but he's got to find the right opportunity in the right time, and with someone who's in Goat's position where he doesn't need to force anything, it's going to be impossible.
Every time Marcus gets a little bit of momentum, fucking Goat just absolutely leathers him with one of the most like hellacious punches that you're going to see. An overhand lands, hook lands right there, sits him down, now in top mount. 40 seconds left to work. This might be over for Marcus.
Man, it looks toast.
Oh, I mean, give credit where credit's due to surviving capabilities, but that was all she wrote. Jesus.
Dang, poor Marcus. But great performance from Goat. Because every time, like you said, every time Marcus got momentum, he took it right back. He landed something to humble him, to make him reset. And it's that power difference. And he fought the right fight with him too, Doc.
Yeah, he really did. He fought an excellent fight there, and he did a very good job where it was, but Goat was just a better fighter there overall. He had that power, and he was able to lead that fight just a bit more and allowed himself not to get countered in a lot of those situations.
Some mountains are a little bit too high to climb, and Marcus was unable to reach those heights here this evening. We will see him back better than ever, I'm sure. Shout out to Goat. I mean, I believe it was correct on the graphic, but he set in short notice for this, and on that point, shout out to Marcus for accepting such a tough fight on short notice himself. It does move us on very, very nicely to the next one, though, J-Dime. It's going to be between two guys who are in or amongst that top 15 marking, and I think this is a good opportunity since we've got ranked number 15 Glue up against ranked number 17 Call Me Swag, who these guys are fighting obviously for a victory to end out this season in a very, very big way. But obviously, as you all know, this isn't just about this card tonight. We're going to have a short break after here, after tonight's card. We've got obviously the community event coming up that's been announced in the Discord, and some other fun events that we're going to try and put on in the meantime. But kicking off the next season of UFC 5 at Primetime MMA, we have the Xbox and PlayStation Grand Prix. And what that means is that the winner of this fight likely secures themselves a spot in that Grand Prix. And you know how, kind of how amazing, how make or break that opportunity can be to the beginning of your season here at Primetime.
Yeah, I mean, those GPs can sometimes set people on to just being constantly on the live card, or sometimes it can break people and then you don't see them for an entire season. It goes both ways, but either way, those GPs are arguably the biggest event of each season. They're the ones where they really make or break the upcoming top 15, and we really get to see who is made for the live and who isn't.
Yeah, so the thing is with the Grand Prix, there's some fighters in PT they're like one win away. Like if they get a win today, they're in the Grand Prix. And just having that pressure on you, it either break pipes or make diamonds. So just knowing that can fuck someone up if they just think about that too much, Cyrus.
Absolutely. Look, it's all about being in the moment. It's about understanding the opportunity ahead of you, but not overthinking those moments. You know, the bright lights are always on. It's always going to put pressure on your back. Fighting in front of people, fighting for pride, fighting for your rankings, and now, of course, fighting for the opportunity to be in that Grand Prix. Don't do this to us again, please, Twitch. I can't be hovering my mouse over this screen for the entire fight. Glue is a guy who does have some striking under his belt, Doc, but he does have some really kind of solid grappling chops as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we see him try to take down Call Me Swag early on. Just obviously, especially up against a Conor McGregor, the power that he has in those hands can be absolutely devastating, even if you're somebody as, you know, kind of striking proficient as Jose Aldo.
Yeah, well, for starters, I'm kind of shocked we're not seeing the Prime version of Aldo. If you're going to go Aldo, you might as well use the WC version. He's just better all around. Does seem like, though, he's a bit afraid of this boxing, so I maybe would expect to see a bit of this grappling chops show up. I mean, formerly part of Fluid as well. He's trained with some of the most notorious grapplers about the place, so he definitely knows his way on the mat, and that is as certain as you see him slowly push McGregor against the octagon, trying to get rid of that footwork. Those leg kicks probably need to come out more thick and fast just to hopefully slow down and reduce this power of McGregor here as well, Joe.
Yeah, but I think Jose Aldo's fighting the right fight, throwing them leg kicks, pressuring him, but he got to make sure he don't get wet, because it's hard to swim without getting wet. But Aldo has to do that in order to win this, Cyrus.
Absolutely. I absolutely love the feints right now from Call Me Swag, especially the leg kicks, the oblique kick that he continues to feint. It's making Glue constantly bite on it and getting a massive, massive reaction out of the kind of legs of Jose Aldo, making him kind of stutter and hesitate on the way that he enters into the pocket up against Conor McGregor. And then the thing is that when he does enter, he has to worry about the absolutely incredible combinations that come back his way. I hate Twitch sometimes. I hate it with a burning passion.
So is it Twitch or is it his internet?
So I want to say it's Twitch because, like, if I hover my mouse over it, it kind of catches back up. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Or maybe it is Twitch. But Conor's fighting a good fight right now. But the one thing Jose Aldo got for him is them calf kicks, is those leg kicks. But in a 3-round fight, will that add up? Because it's easier to do in a 5-round fight. In a 3-round fight, you don't got much time to work. So he may be able to get away with taking them leg kicks, Doc, and he checks it.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, he could get away with taking those leg kicks when it's only 2 or 3 checks, and he's reached that point now where Aldo's rear leg is broken. He's now the one with the power disadvantage. McGregor's still up and able, and you can see it there as Glulick is kind of just ending up walking onto a lot of these shots. He's just every time, and there you go.
I mean, this is the thing, that titanium shin bone of Conor McGregor coming into effect there, that massive check that he had, and then the combinations, the flurry afterwards. I have to say, the approach that we are seeing right now from Swag has been very, very intelligent. There's been a mixture of kind of a reserved approach, but also picking his moments to absolutely blitz and catch Jose Aldo, who's honestly almost slacking a little bit. This is right now Call Me Swag's fight to lose, but Blue Liquor.
Man,
oh my! I was gonna say,
it's his fight. Hey
Jesus.
man, he's not going to lose this fight. He has to do something drastic because the problem is Conor has a damage advantage right now, and he has the stamina advantage in the second round right now. Basically, Jose Aldo has to get this out the mud right now because if he doesn't, he needs something to make Conor respect him. He needs a stun, or it's going to be an uphill battle here, Doc.
Yeah, you're just gotta really hope and pray that you're able to find a shot here that if you're Aldo, because as time goes on, it's just gonna get worse and worse here, Joe.
Man, I don't know if it can get worse because no, like Jose Aldo is really, he hasn't been dropped many times besides that last round, but he looked like he giving up. He looked like either his controller died or he giving up. But it's the same thing at this point. He's getting his ass.
I've never, bro. I like Luleka. He has been fighting so well recently, and he just looked like he was completely outmatched in this performance. Like, Call Me Swag. I mean, when was the last time we saw Call Me Swag perform? Because or like compete? Because I feel like it might have been a little while. Maybe he kind of came back, had a couple of fights on Ed, but this guy went to the mountains, came back looking healthy, and has absolutely just run through his opponent in record time. I mean, that was phenomenal.
I mean, he just went to a draw against Logo from last week.
He went against... Okay.
So he had that interesting fight with Logo where he just only got a draw there, and so that's a really good comeback fight of how to get... It's a good fight for him to get back into the picture with.
But let's say, though, that Logo is a unique individual to fight at the absolute least. That guy literally rolls at your ankles with Imanari rolls for a full 15 minutes. So, look, an odd fight, maybe that's why it doesn't stand out in our minds too much, but that, however, absolutely will. I'm more than impressed with Call Me Swag right now. I feel like he's really kind of put himself back on the map. Like I said, with that performance right there, Jay, he's probably booked himself an opportunity at that Grand Prix come the start of the next season. Was ranked number 17, just knocked off ranked number 15, and made him look like he was nothing. So, yeah, crazy.
Yeah, because he needed a statement win. And he got that statement win that he needed going into the Grand Prix. And now, if he's in the Grand Prix, I'm looking for him to capitalize on this momentum and make some noise in it.
Absolutely.
Sure.
I believe, Doctor, and correct me if I'm wrong, there were some changes to this next fight. We have Lilo up against Versatile next. Versatile stepping over.
No, we do not. We have Versatile.
Yes.
Versus Ali.
Okay, Versatile.
As far as I'm aware, Lilo's still waiting for a bus.
That bus not coming.
Yes. That's standard for UK public transport, though. So, I mean, there's one on the hour every hour. Unfortunately, he missed his opportunity, that window, to get in here this evening. So, either way, I'm interested to see this. We're going to see Ali stepping in there. I don't think I've called one of his fights for a little while now. But obviously, Versatile is a very unique individual in this octagon, being a long-standing member of the PlayStation division, now stepping across into the Xbox division, had a big performance last time out, and is currently 2-0 J-Dime coming into this one. So once again, this is another kind of situation where if he gets a big win here this evening, he's probably booking himself an opportunity at that Grand Prix at the absolute least. And Ali, of course, he's here to upset the night on a short notice replacement, try to steal all of the kind of momentum that Versatile has built in this Xbox division.
Man, Versatile is such a vet when it comes to the UFC community. Like, he's had seasons where he's done good and gotten close to where he want to get to, but he's just like a solid competitor. Like, beating Versatile is always a good win on your resume. I'm not saying he's going to lose, but I think Ali should be the favorite in this.
I mean, for both these guys, Versatile having difficulty over on the PlayStation side, winning a couple of unaired fights now, trying to not only get himself, I think he's just outside the top 15 on PS, and he's now the high 20s on Xbox, so this win will get him back into the Xbox top 15 nearly, or around that picture, so it sets him up quite well for both GPs if he wants to take him, but for starters, he's got to get through this fight, and playing off his back foot, playing patient. RDA's got a lot of different tools against someone who is predominantly a pure striker here, Jack Delamena here as well, Cyrus. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, RDA, one of the most slept-on guys in the division, which is crazy to say, but I think that it's down to his physical attributes rather than his technical ability. His technical ability, absolutely phenomenal. Really has all of the tools to get the job done in any single domain of mixed martial arts. But of course, being a slightly older fighter now, he has a little bit of a trouble taking some damage. And with Versatile using Jack I can never say this guy's name.
Della Maddalena?
That's the one. That's the one. And honestly, knowing the way that Verse fights, it could be problematic for Ali if he's not on his P's and Q's, because the straight kind of facts about it is that Versatile approaches the game with wild combinations, unorthodox striking techniques, and that can really catch you off guard, especially with the power that Jack has in those hands. It may cause RDA to go sleep very, very quickly if he wasn't being controlled by somebody of Ali's caliber.
I mean, Ali keeps landing these check hooks. Like, it's one of the most beautiful techniques I've seen so far during this fight. It's just every time Verse is throwing that lead hook, 9 times out of 10 it's being followed up by a lead hook counter, and it's just landing constantly. It's the shots there because of the southpaw versus orthodox light up, and I think if Ali's able to maybe do a bit more body work, just get Versatile a bit away from pressuring him and give him a reason to really fear RDA's power, I think he's going to be in for a very good fight tonight.
You said fear RDA power. The thing is, RDA don't have much power.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, you don't need power to knock somebody out. A good timed counter and a well-placed punch can knock somebody out. So Ali's doing a good job here fighting on his back foot. He got to keep looking for his opportunities, because if you hit somebody with a pillow enough, that motherfucker gonna start hurting, Cyrus.
Absolutely. Look, they say that speed beats power and timing beats speed. And that's what RDA has in spades. Does get elbowed with a perfectly timed elbow. Funny enough, from Versa style. That's end of the round, saved by the bell. An action-packed first round, man. I just gotta point out, I know it went really against him at the end there with that pull elbow, and that's one of the things that Verse does. He really stays committed to his game. He will find openings for large damage. But look, the absolute technical kind of prowess on display by the block counters with that lead hand. He's clearly seen that Versatile likes to lead with the check or the lead hook often and early in his fights, and he's countered it so well. He just has to be careful of some of the other counters coming his way.
Ooh. I mean, both of these guys are looking good. As you mentioned, though, Jay, the physical attributes of RDA definitely taking some issues, and yeah, that takedown really was needed. Beautifully set up as well. Into that full guard, trying to rain down some shots. Probably a bit too aggressive for my own liking. He's got a long time to work, 4 minutes. You can do a lot. Mount, side controlled, maybe. I think he has an arm triangle. I would assume that he can also use a straight here, so he doesn't have to force anything, especially when RDA is the superior grappler down on the floor here, Joe.
Yeah, RDA needed that, because I thought Jack Della Maddalena started piecing him up bad, and he started to turn the tide and take advantage of the striking. RDA needed this to change the momentum, change the tide, because sometimes you need that to make him reset. And now this is where he has an advantage, and he can win the rest of the round by doing damage on his ground, Cyrus.
Absolutely he can, and Ali was traditionally a striker back in the day, but some of the things that he started to adjust and work on in his last big run here at Primetime was his grappling, and we saw his ability on the ground absolutely skyrocket against some very, very notable names. Versatile is truly going to have to be on his A game here to not continue to take massive amounts of damage or even potentially set up a submission if he makes one big blunder on the mat. You can see this ground and pound right now, absolutely relentless. And Versatile almost seems a little bit dazed by it. He hasn't really been able to post any shots, Doctor, or slip any to try and set up any of the reversals or counters that he needs.
Again, Deny going for the armbar. In terms of stem, though, versus all the way through. So when it comes to submission threats, he's fairly straightforward. Getting the roll off of it, roly-poly into half guard, trying to get the top mount there as well. Kimura threat being followed through. Lovely job. Could go straight to the armbar if he wanted to. Getting the stem drone full guard is the quickest option if you're versatile. That is the one you chase, and yep.
I was going to say that was pretty close. I would have personally gone knee on belly, but Ali is a solid kind of all-round grappler, and he's doing a good job of just continuing to stack up damage in these positions. But they now separate with 45 seconds left to go. Versatile is going to try and turn it on right now. We'll have to see if he's able to get any big damage off to steal this round back, and he does!
There you go!
The damage. There's the damage. You say it right there. And, oh my goodness. I think if you're Rafael Dos Anjos, you should have just chilled. You won this round. Yeah, like, you don't put yourself at risk, because you were minute winning right there. And all that work you did on the ground, potentially, for him to take it. For him to just take that round. All that work he did, he worked his ass off on the ground for 2 moments. To just
didn't even land much damage. The ground and pound can do a lot of temporary damage, doesn't do a lot of long term. So that ground and pound really was the decision winning momentum, but now it's a case of he needs to push the pace, he needs a sub, he needs top mount, he needs anything he can get his hand on. He can't do the same type of grappling he did last time, but Versatile with fantastic defense right off the bat, and maybe just be because Ali's rushing a bit more, knowing that this is the final round he offers before he may have lost this fight.
Yeah, this is a double kind of edged sword now for Ali, because he's not only the more hurt opponent, his stamina is obviously at a deficit as well. But on top of that, he knows he needs to finish, right? He's been absolutely brutalized twice in both rounds by Versatile at the end of those rounds. And it must be demoralizing to come at the end of the second round after such a successful round in your favor, and now know that you are 2 rounds down and you need a finish. I mean, Versus even working the body just to add insult to injury and attacks that stamina even further, Jay. With 3 minutes 20 to go on the clock, Ali needs a miracle.
Yeah, this is bad because this is, oh my god, this is bad. Now he's on bottom. This forces Rafael has to get desperate. Ali has to get desperate. He almost has to sell out because it may be over because he can't get a knockout from bottom. Who's getting knocked out from bottom out? He's probably going to get subbed. So like from here, you can really just hold him. It don't matter what happens from here, as long as he don't get back on the feet or do not get into a top position where he can do something crazy to you, Cyrus.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be honest with you. That might have been the first mistake I've seen from Versatile all night. Not going for ground and pound right there. He went for a submission. He's not getting the submission anytime soon. He may be playing with his food a little bit at this point. And Ali is not the guy to do that against, but obviously Verse feeling confident. Hopefully, for his sake, that does not come back to bite him.
Well, going for the ground and pound instead, raining down these powerful shots to cut injured, and that
it's over.
Yeah. That was a fight. Jesus.
Man, it's, you know what's crazy about that? That's a great win, but Ali has to learn from this because he won a lot of minutes in this fight, but those little mistakes messed him up. So he worked harder than his opponent. He put in all that work for him to get stunned, him to get dropped. So basically he's putting in that work for no reason. It's the minor mistakes which fucked him up, and Versatile took advantage of it every time.
Absolutely. I mean, ultimately, credit to both guys. I mean, they both took these fights on short notice. There was a couple of switch-ups, so credit where credit's due. These guys are game, absolutely got that dog in them. But as you saw right there, all Versatile across the stretch of 15 minutes was able to answer back every single round to do the necessary steps to get the victory in those rounds, where even the second where he was largely behind, just capitalized on it. 2 stuns in under 45 seconds. You could say that it was due to Ali's mistakes, or you could just say that it's due to the absolute grit and determination of Versatile. I like to lean with the latter, but either way, that was an incredible fight to end out the prelims. I think that was our prelim. Prelim. It was, yeah. Like I said, shorter card this evening. 9 fights scheduled in total. It's going to be short and sweet across the stretch here this evening, but the virtual violence is going to be at an absolute high throughout the entirety of this card. We will take this moment, since we're a little bit ahead of schedule, just to obviously have a little bit of a look at, not tomorrow, but a week tomorrow, we're going to be having the UFC 5 Community Day Tournament, 64-man tournament. The sign-ups have already gone live in all of our Discords from ESFL, PrimeTime, NEC, and of course GFC. Make sure to check the announcements channels if you're not already signed up and you're an Xbox player. Put your name in that hat. Cash prizes of $1,500 up for the win. It's going to be an incredible night, or an incredible day. We're expecting it to be a long old one with everybody getting involved. Estimate the start of that, of course, is 10 a.m. CT, 3 p.m. I think it's going to be GMT at that stage. You can see all of the times ahead of you. But
what is Eastern time? What is it Eastern time here? I'm a little slow.
Eastern time, I have no idea. I don't know, bro.
11.
11. Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Well, we'll say 11, but it will be announced obviously on the graphics. I'm sure. I mean, most Americans, I imagine, will know the time difference between CT and Eastern. I hope. I don't know. I'm not American myself, but make sure to stay tuned into all of our Discords for all of the impending announcements that are going to come with it. This is an historic day for the UFC 5 community. Going to be an incredible night and day of fights, making sure as we all come together that we're going to be satisfying all of the virtual violence needs of this community to celebrate 1 year of UFC 5. with that being said, however, we will have a little bit of a look forward at the main card here at Primetime 150, the season finale of Primetime's run here on UFC 5. It is going to be AKA MG up against K1 Glock Dukia. And I will say that I was actually having a little bit of a look earlier on at GFC, and I believe that AKA MG just won a title over in GFC here this evening. So he is warmed up, he is ready to go. And he's going to be stepping in there against a very credible threat in Glock Dukia, who has been trying to put in some work during this season so far, Jay. I imagine that he's going to try and really make a statement. I've heard them kind of chirping at each other in the Discords, kind of leading up to this fight. So,
man, I love that. Like, I love bad blood. Like, I like when people are humble and it's just a sport, it's just a contest. But I love when there's real animosity, because now more is on the line. Now your heart's racing. Now in your brain, in your head, I can't lose to this motherfucker because he gonna talk shit. I love that, but hopefully it don't make them play out of body, because you know some people play angry. It's like them playing blind.
100%, man, 100%. Well, we're not going to have to wait too long to find out. These guys are ready and raring to go. I've changed browsers, so I'm just making sure that the browser wasn't the issue. We're about to find out if this one works completely uninterrupted. I will say credit to whoever is streaming this, because this shit is in 4K. We're about to see Charlie Olives up against Max Blessed Holloway in a lightweight bout. All the makings of an incredibly fun fight. And without further ado, they ready up.
It's a good fight. I do like this fight because MG had been a PT champion, and even if you beat MG is not easy. This is a real level test. If you can get past MG, you're really on the path to a title. I'm not gonna say you're gonna win it, but he's a great milestone towards that title.
I mean, if MG hasn't been in the top 5, he has been at number 6, maybe 7 at a push throughout the majority of the season. He is definitely one of the best people to really test your caliber on, test your teeth, and see if you are going to be fighting for that title. Glock Dukia, though, he has been around the block. He's been in the top 15. He's been up the top 5. He's come back down, gone all the way back to unaired, now making his way back up to it towards the end of this season, and now looking to really solidify a spot here. Hopefully trying to get an easier fight as the time goes on in the GP, since it is seeded that way, but we'll see.
Yeah, I will say as well, just because we're here already, Glock Dukia literally in, I think it was either in his chat, Fight Chat 5 over in Primetime, or it might have been in GFC's general chat, he said, MG, I'm going to grapple fuck you. That was his exact words, and he's already got him down on the mat. MG, of course, like I said, former champion here at Primetime, current champion over at GFC. He is a guy that has all of the ability on the feet, definitely has some grappling chops as well, but you can see already that Glock believes that this is where he has the edge, Jay, and he's looking to try and capitalize on that by getting an early takedown and trying to enforce his will on the former champ.
I like the game plan, because usually Jaden or K1 Glock Dukia, he starts slow. He starts really slow, and he needed to start fast, and you don't want to kickbox with Max Holloway. This should have been the game plan to begin with. You got to put Max Holloway on his back, and that's where Max don't want to be. If Max has a weakness, it's that. Because if you're on the feet, he's a tough guy to beat, Doctor.
Yeah, Max is one of the most annoying fighters to argue behind the feet. He's got so much cardio, he's long, he's lanky, he's just a pain, especially in lightweight where he's got that 92 power. It just makes everything so much worse with his 5-star jab straight. Suddenly everything is doing what feels like 95 damage, even though he's only got 92 power. It's a wild old thing, but I mean, if you're Glock Dukia here, this entire idea of grappling is really, really sensible, because it means you can, if you wanted to, you can point score, or you can go around, hunt for a sub, do a bit of damage, just you don't have to force yourself to always be wary of the onslaught that Max Holloway can put on you very quickly.
After a lot of success in the grappling early in this round, he has to be, take notes from the previous fight and not throw away that early lead in the striking as we approach the end of round 1. Doesn't seem to be doing so, though, has a reserved approach. Opening up a little bit right now, though, and really kind of varying that shot selection just to kind of keep it unorthodox.
Oh, man. This is good work for MG. But he's trying to make up for the rest of that round in the last minute, but it's going to be tough to do. And that was a good clinch by K1 and Glock Duke here, because if you're not going to get the sub, going to get someone like Max Holloway, you have to minute win, right? So you have to basically neutralize Max offense by you being on top, Doc.
Yeah, I mean, looking at those stats, I mean, it just about scores it in favour of Oliveira. He got the more seamless strikes. The overall, though, to go to Max Holloway. Judges could definitely go either way, depending on what shots really landed cleanly there, especially because the judges still base it around damage. So, be interesting to see, but I wouldn't exactly going into the second round with either of them completely and certainly up one round. So I think for both it's still the case of you really got to make your mark and really start getting to work here coming into the second.
Well, of course, MG, an absolute master on the feet, ability to break down that block, try to kind of get that death by 1,000 cuts, almost that Nick Diaz approach. He'll slap you, say what?
Oh,
That's a head kick though. Just got Josh Thompson. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That up kick, Jay, saving lives once again.
What'd you say? Save more lives than seatbelts?
That is correct, sir. Statistically verifiable, has saved more lives than seatbelts.
That's a known fact. And here's the thing, I like the fight that K1 Glock Duke here is fighting, land a head kick. He's mixing the grappling, but the thing is, if his stamina starts to get low and Max starts picking up the pace, what happens, Doc?
Suddenly it gets very bad, and although I'm kind of shocked he got that takedown. Felt like he probably shouldn't. MG had some solid takedown defense there, but sometimes that's the way the game works in weird and mystical ways. But now we got Oliveira on top of Holloway, though back into the guard, so not a great position. He needs to kind of work to get that half guard into the side control. A top mount would be even better for him. He's got 2 minutes to work though, Cyrus, so it's by no means a difficult thing. It's just he's got to stay at it, continue to work here.
Absolutely. But 2 minutes 30 is a long time to work on the mat, especially when you're Charlie Olives. The ability to set up submissions is pretty fantastic. He just has to be mindful of not exerting too much of his energy as he tries to advance position and work enough to be able to keep himself on the mat. Problem he's going to have, though, Jay, is MG is pretty defensively sound in these positions. He's not going to make it easy for him to advance those, advance his position. He's going to continue to try and get those denials off and attack the stamina, at least make the guy that's on top work a little bit.
I'm going to tell you the problem. The problem is, MG's defending himself well, but it's tough to win by just defending.
100%.
You have to offer something offensively, and he's trying to wet blanket him right now, Doctor.
Yeah, but it's a good approach. The main difficulty that it's an interesting approach. You've seen it done to
it's
better.
Effective.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe. That is the best way to describe what's going on right now.
Bro, he didn't lie though, right? And this is the thing that I rate about it, is that he literally told him this is what he was going to do coming into this one. MG can't say that he was under any illusions of what Glock's approach was going to be here this evening. He may have K1 in his name, but he isn't here to kickbox anybody, bro. I tell you that.
I mean, he did kickbox him with the head kick he got earlier to win the round. So
okay, he threw a head kick, but the man is grappling, Doc. What are you doing?
Now, the biggest concern here, though, going into this third round, I would say it's 1-1 if you want to be on the safe side. Holloway winning the first round.
It could be 2-0. It could be 2-0 the other way.
It could definitely be 2-0 Charles Oliveira, but if you're Holloway, you're believing it's 2-0. If you're Olives, you're believing it's 1-1.
I love what Jaden said in chat too. He said, I ain't never gonna stop. That's crazy.
Well, the gas tank might make him, but by the looks of it, the recovery's done quite a good job there to get him back into the picture. Lovely little clinch attempt there, but oh Jesus!
Oh yeah. So, but you got to be frustrated if you're MG, because like, I was gonna say MG needed that, because I know in MG head he's probably like, I'm denying these takedowns. I know, and like I know that's frustrating when you think you deny takedowns and he keeps getting it.
Yeah, back onto the feet, digs down to that body. The clinch attempts are already happening. Can't even be that mad when he said it. Oh my God! Everything suddenly got a bit more scary. Oh, top man instead. Fair enough. A guillotine counter out of nowhere, putting him into top mount. Everything suddenly gets a bit more scary. Got the RNC there, goes straight forward. The stamina into his favor, ends up rolling into back, sitting instead, and gets straight back up onto the feet. Little time wasted. And now if you're Holloway, you're just putting on the pressure as all you can. Jab, jab, straight, getting that block down and really going at it here just because his stam's low.
Man, I would love to see the stats after this fight. I would love to see how many takedowns were shot. Like, I feel like that's important right now.
You can see the frustration from MG, though, with some of the taunting head movement that he's just thrown out there. He threw a flying knee into the abyss a moment ago, where Charlie Olives may have been at least 15 yards away from him. So, yeah, there's a bit of frustration. He needs to settle that. A couple of good combinations being landed right there. But he still has a lot to do in just about 2 minutes in order to get the W, from my opinion at least.
Well, it looks like Glock Duke here is confident he won the first round and this round. I wouldn't exactly say I would be doing this or still be pushing the pace, but nonetheless, a minute 50 left on the clock, a long time if your gas tank is slowly whittling the way and you've got Holloway in the other corner.
Yeah, I mean, but it's Holloway's stamina that's kind of worse. So, yeah. I mean, neither of them are great, let's be real, but...
yeah.
Good little slips. I mean, Glock is staying pretty defensively sound on the feet. Little duck, elbow, body shot, head shot.
He didn't win the fight. He won this fight. This fight is over.
Yeah, he's got the knockdown. He's won the fight. It's now Holloway.
Unless MG lands something crazy, Charleston won.
Unless he ducks into a flying knee or something, it's really just pitter-patter shots here now.
As he's desperate for the finish, he may get one, or he may walk onto a finish of his own. No, he pulled guard pull.
Into the top man, could either go for a sub, could go for anything. Instead, ends up in half guard, 20 seconds left, and it looks like both of these guys are resigned to get our first finish. No, maybe? Nah. Yeah, we're probably going to get our first.
Spam is just absolutely taunting to end that fight out. Look, it may not have got the finish. Some people may not be too happy about it, but I actually feel like that was a pretty solid all-round performance from Glock Dukia right there.
I think it was effective. Like I said, every fight isn't going to be pretty, but it was effective. Like, I feel like that was the right game plan to go against Max Holloway. Whether it was pretty or not, that's a whole different situation, but that's what you're supposed to do. If you sit there and kickbox with Max and you fall into his trap, we're talking, he's taking a loss right now, but he fought the right fight. That's all I gotta say.
But, especially if you're Charlie Olives, what's the point in having that jiu-jitsu background if you're not going to utilize it, right?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely used it. He used it completely. I mean, he didn't do what I think was get a sub off, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Holloway's got good sub defense anyway, and the way the stand was going to be difficult to implement there. But again, he played not only a good technical game, a good fighting game, he played the mental game to a T there, grappling his opponent, frustrating him, and then not really committing on any shots and not engaging when he didn't have to. And that's really what won him that fight there as well.
Man, shout out to Jaden, K1 Glock Duke, and shout out to MG. That was, you know what I'm saying? MG's gonna learn from this. I feel like MG is gonna hold R to L2 and pre-deny everything now under the sun. He's gonna deny every turn now. I feel like it was a good performance. It wasn't the most entertaining, like I said, but effective. That's the word.
Absolutely. And ultimately, he gets the W, and that's all that matters come the end of the season for him now. Once again, going to be securing himself a nice little position, great seeding for the start of the Grand Prix, which is kicking off next season for PrimeTime MMA. With that being said, though, as you can have a little look forward at the rest of the card, we have 3 fights left here this evening. The next fight up there, Doctor, is a bit of a mixed match of 2 fights, I believe, right? We have was it Maxi up against Strictly Business from what I'm seeing?
Do we? That would be news to me.
That is what I believe I am seeing here. Start. 1 second, I'm just going to triple check that. I believe that's the case. We'll get confirmation from the guys in the back here. Unless I've just read the
No,
chat,
it's Shankton.
it's Shankton.
Yeah, we're on fight 6.
That's cool. Okay, that's my mistake, guys. Do apologize. There's we're jumping between the chats since the guy wasn't live, but no, that's absolutely fine. Right. So if that's the case, Maxi's is not
Needs
live.
to go live.
Yeah.
Yep.
The other guy's streaming, but we don't have his link, so we do apologise for the short delays. I think this would be a good opportunity just to take this quick moment, though, talk about the main event here this evening. We have Dexpremacy, of course. He has been an absolute dominating champion since he became champion here at PrimeTime MMA. Had an amazing run leading up to it. Now he's 15-5 in the division. I don't actually have his win streak here, but he's been absolutely on a tear right now. I think this is maybe his 3rd or 4th defense. I want to throw it back, Jay. That one where he left his camera on and he was just absolutely in cruise control. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Okay, that's not, the wildest part wasn't even that he had his camera on. The wildest part is he didn't think his opponent was a threat, so he literally put his controller down to get his charger and let his opponent hit him.
Yeah.
Like there was no threat of getting knocked out or something.
That's what I mean. It was pure cruise control the entire time. It's like he didn't feel like he was at threat at any time. And I feel like that's part of the thing. You know, we talk about like UFC champions when they get the belt. They're even harder to beat because they have all of the resources at their hands. The confidence is at an all-time high. Now they don't have extra resources here for sure, but look, that confidence level of being the champion definitely elevates certain players. And I feel like it's elevated Dexpremacy to a whole new level. He has looked like a different man since he became champion. He has a bit of an aura around him. But then the same can be said about Dave, a man that used to go 5 wins, 5 losses on the regular in past seasons. This time round, he took a little bit of a break, came back with a completely different approach, finally tuning some of the holes that he had in his game, and he has been unbeatable since. He hasn't just been winning these fights, he's been absolutely running through his opponents like they are nothing. So we have now got a champ match like no other, and that will be our main event here this evening. With that, though,
they're both on +4s as well. So the winner of that will become they're both on +4s.
So that 4 defenses from either one of those guys makes for a perfect main event. Of course, champion v champion. Does set us up now, though, as we look back into this card. These guys are ready. I've got the right stream link now, so we're going to have B3 Maxi up against... How would you say this guy's names? Tank? I'm just going to call him Tank.
Yeah, Tank. Yeah.
Stankerson.
What do you say? What do you say?
Stankerson.
Stankerson?
Like you got
Stankerson.
like it's you pronounce it SH and the T like Stankerson.
Stankerson. Yeah. I've got it, bro. I've got you. I've got you.
I'm just going to stick with Tank.
Man, this is a good fight because when B3 Maxi first started fighting in PT, I didn't think much of him, but like I've seen him beat a lot of good people and I've seen him work his way up the ranks, and he's a really solid fighter. Like I admit, when I first seen him, I was wrong. He's a good fighter, and he grapples better than I thought he would, because I thought, for most part, when you got B3 in your name, you know what the game plan is. But remember, when he fought Ozzy, he's grappled him. Like, he's a well-rounded mixed martial artist, Doc.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, knows every aspect of the game, and you would hope he's going to be able to implement it across the board here, Cyrus. Oh, bloody hell.
So that's a way to kick off round 1 if you're Stankerson.
Yeah.
Wasn't expecting a head kick.
Look, don't sleep on Old Man Silver. He is still one of the GOATs for sure. That man is tricky. He is the spider. He sets those traps. This is beautiful work right now. He's fighting so well with him, using range correctly. And that's what it's down to. You can't go blow for blow out here with somebody like Alex Pereira, J-Dime. So what he's doing is setting traps, being tricky, and making sure to capitalize on some absolutely massive moments. But then
and everything's going left now. You gave him all them compliments, and now everything's going
he
left.
deserved them at that moment. But now Maxi does.
Now it's a new moment.
Now Max is. There you go.
Oh my. Yeah, we gotta
Lovely
stop
sidestep
talking,
though.
'cause, oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Oh.
Look, I think that this is what we can say. Don't blink when B3 Maxi and Stankerson is in that cage. Two guys absolutely willing to live and die by that sword.
Yep, trying to slow down the pace with the takedown, but continuing with the takedown defense. A minute 40 left on the clock. Kicks and punches still being thrown by Uthas Ghost. Bit of calm before the absolute calamity that is these two clashing together is going to happen again, most likely. But getting a bit of distance, slowing down the pace, trying to make a couple of reads before they go back at it here, Jay.
Yeah, and you know what's the thing I like about Anderson Silva in his weight class? He has the durability. He has better durability than most. Maybe more than everyone because he has a 98 chin and 100 cut susceptibility. You can't take Alex punch, but he can take it better than 99.9% of fighters in this weight class, Cyrus.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it may be the death touch, but Anderson Silva's willing to ride that line more than most. I mean, look, that was a really, really intense 2.5 minutes. Not going to lie to you, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. They're slowing down a little bit, understandably so, as we approach the last 5 seconds of this first round, but that was an incredible bout, one of the most entertaining rounds so far here this evening, with these guys really leaving it all on the line. 2 knockdowns on the side of Anderson Silva, 1 on the side of Alex Pereira. I didn't quite get to see the stuns, 1-on-1, I believe, in terms of stuns. So a highly competitive fight, but Anderson getting the lead in that one. There's still a lot of time to work, though, when you consider the amount of damage that's been done, the amount of energy that's been exerted, J-Dime, and the fact that there's still 10 minutes left to go on the clock. God, this is anybody's fight at this stage.
Yeah, it is. And I would say it takes one mistake, but they done made a million mistakes, and it was just like, so it may take a little more than one, because every time someone gets stunned, the other person gets stunned. So I don't know, Doc.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about how good each one of them's doing, because as soon as we start talking about one, the other ones are going to start doing really well and be absolutely chaotic. Max is nearly leaning into a spinning elbow there. Maybe not the greatest idea in the world, but with the power of Alex Pereira, he can definitely start to make a bit more move, as Shankton is the one leading this fight here. Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, I would typically say slow and steady wins the race, but I don't think these two guys know any of those words, and even their slow pace is still fairly quick off the mark each time. 2 minutes down so far. They've got another 3 minutes to work, and a takedown? What?
Okay, that was not in the game plan. I promise you, whoever's in his corner did not tell him shoot a single leg. That was not. That was no.
I hope not.
And if whoever coaching him did tell him that, get a new corner.
Oh wow. Ooh. These are some good connections right now from Alex Pereira. Got to be careful not to get too carried away. He's already wearing a lot of damage on his face.
I'm impressed with how Shankton has managed to keep his head held fairly high, to be honest. I know Silva has some good chin stats, but combined with the shots that Maxi has so far landed here as well, he's done a fairly good job managing to keep the stam high as well, which is always helpful as the rounds go on and you're fighting someone again with that 5-star power and whatever the power now he does at middleweight is.
I'm surprised somebody's not knocked out right now, Cyrus.
Yeah, me too. I think it's like they keep fighting in spurts. You know, there was a lot of action at the beginning of the round, but as we approach the last 1 minute, they have slowed down a little bit. I imagine that as we get within that 60-second margin, it will start to heat up a little bit again. They're going to try to find some openings for some large shots. I like the cage control right there from Stankerson. He's doing a great job right now of having some ring generalmanship. There is the pull counter again from B Maxi. He keeps setting up that single leg feint into an elbow as well. It's been beautiful. But there it is.
Oh!
Just a bit too fancy.
Oh! No! Oh, this is a good fight.
This is a really good fight. I thought we already had fight of the night, but this one seems to want to be taking that clean out of the picture. Securing around with that head kick, knocked down with there. This is arguably Maxi's. I want to say he's 2 up. I don't quite remember how
No. He's not. It's 1-1. This is 1-1.
It's 1-1.
Yeah.
Man, this is crazy. Like, once you stun someone, it's cool to just calm down, right? Just break him down. But, you know, it's hard. You know, once you knock someone down, your adrenaline's pumping. Now you just want to go get it. You got momentum. And, yeah, and that momentum got used against him, Cyrus.
Absolutely it did. And look, these guys are sacrificing some of the technical proficiency that they have for all-out action here this evening. Another stun. And now he puts him down. Stankerson looking to try and mix it up with a bit of grappling. But unable to. The defense holds up for Maxi, and they're back on the feet with 4 minutes left in the third and final round. Plenty of time for one of these guys to try and find a home for that finish. We'll have to see how this one shakes out over the last stretch of this round.
Ooh. Please don't shoot for it.
Okay.
What world am I living in? My bad. Listen, I forgot that Alex Pereira has a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he has a yellow belt in judo given to him by Kayla Harrison, even though he's never done judo in his life. I forgot about that.
And he's been training with Glover. You gotta remember.
Listen, I'm gonna be real here. That sometimes they train jiu-jitsu. For the most part, I know they don't. They just be having fun. You know what I'm saying? Just be chilling. Because every time he knocks someone out, he gets a new belt. He works his way up to black belt by knocking people out with a left hook.
That left hook is definitely black belt level, bro. Best takedown in the game, I tell you that.
You're right.
My only concern here right now with Maxi's game plan is the fact that he got stunned at the beginning of this round. So arguably right now, Shankton is up. So he needs to do some serious damage. He needs to get a stun. He needs to get a knockdown. He basically needs to get something significant to secure this round. And if, as you say, it is 1-1 so far, I would argue that maybe it's looking more and more like if Shan can just chill out on the head of the mat, not really do anything. It's going to be.
Here it is, Doc. He's now going to. I thought he was going to flatten him out. He went for the sub instead. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
that's kind of crazy.
Top man, maybe?
I actually thought he was going to flatten him out then, and that could have been game, set, and match, but...
Oh.
Now he gets his back taken. That was a bit of a slip-up from Maxi, if you ask me. He had an opportunity right there. If he does manage to stand up, though, he'll have just under 60 seconds left to try and get something working. And obviously these guys have been all action across the stretch, but lovely little denial from Anderson Silva right there, who now takes his back, and will he now flatten him out?
No, Alex Pereira's a black belt. He won't flatten him out. He won't allow that to happen because he's a black belt.
Bro, just getting off the back right there is wild. Why would you do it?
Why? His body get loaded. I know what you want to say. You want to say you idiot. That's what you want to say right now to him. Because no, why did you do that? Now
sold it, bro. Sold it.
It's over.
He didn't have to push any.
Why did he stand up? No, I really want to know.
Sold it. Like, I don't know how else to say. Like, sold that fight. Stankerson was like seconds away from a win. Seconds.
Let's have a look at the scorecards.
It was all in round 3, and he was winning round 3.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Dang. He got paid. Oh my gosh, he got paid off. No, there's.
I'm starting to think there's no way. Like that, I think that was that was crazy.
Listen, if there's a fix, can y'all fill me in so like I can bet on it, please? Because there's no way.
Trying to make those prime points go far, but
that's crazy.
Look, that was a really fun fight, but I am just like, it's kind of been overshadowed by the insanity of the last 60 seconds.
I mean, every second of that fight was insane, though. I mean, the first round you end up with a head kick stun to really set you off. That just spiraled out of control. Yeah.
It is what it is, man. he'll be back from this. Like, sheesh, man.
Yeah, I've probably got fight of the night so far. We do have 3 more fights left, though, so I mean, those can definitely take up. But that has definitely secured fight of the night so far. Both of those guys putting on one hell of a performance and nothing to be ashamed about there.
Other than getting off his back with 60 seconds to go. I
yes, apart from that one.
But no, as you said, only a couple of fights left here this evening, so we're going to get straight into the next one before we move on to our co-main and main event here this evening. We have a very, very fun fight for you here, lads. Strictly Business stepping into the cage up against K1 Animal Batista. This is going to be a fun fight. I know you know quite a bit about, obviously, Oranges as we know him, but Strictly Business stepping into the cage. I actually didn't realize he was part of the What Remains of camp. I think that's a great little camp for him, man. It's a really good camp for Strictly.
Yeah, he's not new there. He's not.
I never clicked.
Yeah.
I know him from Ghetto League, you know. So
you know him from the streams. You know him from. Yeah, but I think on paper this is a great fight between K1, Animal Batista, and Oranges. Like, and just the fighters they're using too. Like, I'm interested how this fight goes, honestly.
Prime Max Holloway versus Prime Volkanovski, all the way back from his Ortega fight. This Volkanovski is cracked. There is no other way apart from this man is on steroids, it feels like sometimes. I think that's going to be a really big difficulty Batista's going to face. Good part, though, is Max Holloway, who has cardio for days and can definitely put out all the pace he wanted. We've discussed a few times so far tonight, and so I think for both of these guys, it's going to be a fairly easy fight for either of their fighters. They've just got to make sure they implement their game plan as time goes on here.
Oh. Nice.
They're not wanting to. Jesus, the pace both of these guys are going. Like, takedown.
Oh, that's a good changeup.
Yeah.
Because it looked like, that was a great changeup right there.
I was actually about to say as well that Animal Batista seems to be getting a dance partner that he's going to be a little bit more happy with. But no, Strictly Business. It's Strictly Business, bro. Takes him down. He's doing what he needs to get the victory here this evening.
Man, lured him in because it looked like it's about to be a firefight. The next thing you know, now we're on the ground. You gotta, I think that's an important thing to do because I'm not saying it wasn't going his way, right? But it was that type of firefight. And he wasn't expecting a takedown. He thought, like you said, he had a willing dance partner. But he doesn't, Cyrus.
No, absolutely not. And Animal Batista has shown, at least in the chats in the past, that he allows some of that frustration to get to him if he's getting taken down. So
nice.
Maybe it was just the style of the way that the last grappler was, but does a good job right now of managing to get into this armbar position. Sitting in spiderweb. And he may get his, he's going to get a submission security right now.
Get it.
Yeah. Not much.
I was going to say, in this game, you have to have 9 of them in order for it to actually, count. But
I think Volkanovski's got either 99 or 100 sub defense in this one.
Makes sense. I mean, what Brian Ortega did to him and how he survived that, I will still never know to this day.
Man, listen to me. That wasn't sub defense, just sub defense. That was toughness and heart.
Yeah, that was just all willpower, bro.
Like there's no way he didn't tap. There's actually no way.
Man just said his Hail Marys and hoped that Brian Ortega got tired. And he did. An interesting first round. That is all Strictly, for my money. Strictly did a fantastic job, although I don't know which way the judges would score it from the submission.
No respect, man.
Well, no respect's being spammed.
Who is that? That's Strictly, I think. That's Strictly. That's hilarious.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot more Stevenson's in the favour of Volkanovski. One small sub attempt for Animal Batista on the top mount. So it could go either way. I wouldn't exactly be holding hope out for either of them. Probably going to be a split on the scorecards if I had to guess with the way the judges can sometimes work.
Hope it don't go to the scorecards. I want to see.
I mean, with the
Yeah,
pace both of these guys are putting on, I doubt it. Strictly Business so far has just been leading this fight, pushing with those jab straights, working that block, and then trying to find a shot afterwards. And then Batista trying to lead with that straight and those uppercuts, trying to counter those ducks whenever he can, and team there doubling up when he can as well.
I think part of the pace right now is because both of these guys historically have been very difficult to be put away. If they do lose, it typically does go to decision. And I think that they know this. They think they both know that they're fighting very durable fighters with very durable fighter picks. So we are seeing a very, very quick approach to this round, and probably the entire fight as a result.
Ooh. Is there bad blood between them? Because
I would assume so.
Yeah, they fight like there's real beef here.
Yeah.
That and the no respect, right? So, like, I'm hoping that there's bad blood at least.
I know, but I want to know where the bad blood came from. I want to know the backstory. Oh, the double uppy. Oh,
Uh-oh.
nice. Animal Batista is taking the momentum. He is not playing with Volkanovski. I look for Max to start unloading.
Oh. This is now suddenly gone more into the favour of Animal Batista. Animal Batista has kind of just let Volkanovski walk forward and do all the damage he wants to, and then suddenly Volkanovski's block is the one that ends up more injured, and now you're seeing Animal Batista just find his shot. He did so there.
It's over.
No.
It's not.
It's not yet.
Recovery of Volkanovski.
Strictly Business, trying to live to see another day. Defense brings him into half guard, manages to slow it down with 1:10 left on the clock. Animal Batista putting himself securely or firmly ahead in this round with that beautiful combination, the setup, the stun, and that knockdown.
Animal Batista he was looking good till he did that, but
I mean, he did it to start the fight.
I was going to say that was the first thing he threw in the round one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
it seems like he done dropped him with an uppercut about 1,000,000 times, and it looks over. Oh,
well, it's because Strictly just keeps ducking. He keeps doing that 1-2, then ducks down. Oh, these two have to have bad blood. Oh,
well, man, it's more than bad blood.
Well, that is round 2 in the bag.
All Animal Batista.
Yeah.
Yes, all Animal Batista.
So it could
Oranges
be
may need a
Batista.
gun.
It could be 2-0 Batista. It could be
1-1.
Hey, listen, Oranges either need a gun or a good counter because Animal Batista is not playing with him right now. Oh yeah, he's not.
Nah.
Uppercut coming.
He's not looking to just take some names out here. He's looking to take souls. And I mean, with the combinations he's putting together, that block has already said bye-bye a couple of minutes ago. And now he's just looking to impact him with shots to the head. But look at Strictly Business answering back.
Head health is low enough. I mean, I know it's a Max Holloway, but you got Volkanovski.
There's no way he sells. There's no way he sells this. No. There's actually no way.
Double clinch. Knees to the face.
Yeah.
Look, you hate to see it
over.
if you're part of what remains, but you love to see it. If you're supporting K1 Animal Batista, that was a fun fight. You know, I actually had a little bit of no respects again. I was actually having a little bit of a look back at the fight chat. These guys didn't even speak to each other in the fight chat, like at all. So I don't know where this bad blood came from. I would love to find out the backstory about it because, jeez, man, like that. They did not waste any time at all going at each other in that fight, and the no respects were coming thick and fast from Strictly Business.
I'm not gonna lie to you. They must have had beef from a long time ago or something, because they was fighting like them motherfuckers hated each other. But it became a good fight because of that, though.
Absolutely. With that one in the bag, we move on to our co-main event of this evening. And Doctor, this one is a little bit different than what I believe it says on the graphic. I don't actually see the graphic here, but we have Cleaning Cuba up against Spooky. These guys are been in or amongst that top 10 for quite some time. And I will just put this out there. Spooky is one of the last guys that is undefeated in the division. He is 4-0 currently, booking himself a short notice replacement, putting that undefeated record on the line and trying to claim another name that's at the top of the division right now, ranked number 7, Cleaning Tuber.
Yeah.
A lot on the line for this one, Doc. A lot on the line.
Indeed. Clean Tuber's original opponent was Mix-Ups. It was originally meant to book Mix-Up last week, but I believe that fight fell through. We tried to rebook it this week. It fell through again. And so instead, Spooky decided to hop in, which is always nice to see him with a pick like Umar.
Damn.
It's going to make for a fun fight tonight, especially with Clean Tuber going a more grappling-based pick instead of a striking pick that we've seen so far in the past as well.
Yeah, the way you just try to pronounce Umar's last name is kind of crazy, but I think this...
I wouldn't.
Yeah. But it's all good, though. I think this is a great pick for Spooky because Spooky's a grappler, but Umar's striking is what... Umar has really good striking to go with it, so Spooky, who's not traditionally a striker, this can enhance his striking a little bit because this isn't just a pure grappler, Cyrus.
Absolutely. I do think that, like, Aljo has a bit of a speed advantage and he is a bit of a workhorse. But this is where Spooky does his best work, man. The fact he's just got a takedown in under 60 seconds is absolutely terrible for Cleaning Tuber. He's got a lot of good work done on the mat in the past himself, but typically in top control. I mean, you let Spooky get top control in 60 seconds or less, and you fucked up in a major way.
Lovely little pass into half guard, building that full J off of those fakes, making Sterling bite on them, managing now to also get into the side control, denying there as well. Couple of knees, couple of short little hooks, trying to work that phase, trying to do more damage. Side crucifix is just deadly.
Already? With damn near 3 minutes left, you already got the crucifix? Oh, this is where it gets ugly for him, Cyrus.
Absolutely. Manages to get out of it quite nicely, but it is out of the frying pan into the fire, as side control is still a very dominant position and one that Spooky likes to abuse people in with 2 minutes left to work. Oh, I was going to say it might be difficult to get him out of it, but the full guard pull works very well. And of course, Spooky is going to be all over that rubber guard until he's not. Great work. Yeah. Does he use it to reverse position?
Nice.
He does.
Well, that's a nice change of pace, going from a very bad time to a very good time is Aljamain Sterling. Got a minute 40 left on the clock, long time to work, but he needs to make sure he can either do some serious damage here, top mount, side control, even a sub, but decides instead he wants to get back on the feet and really start to work the stamina. His main target so far, whilst on the feet, has been the body, which makes sense when you're considering that he expects it to hit the ground at least once or twice.
Takedown defense right there. Nice. Will Aljo look to get his own takedown? Nope. He got out there. Nice. Oof.
I'm wondering if Cleaning Tuber has more picked this fighter in terms of Aljamain more for the anti-grappling, more for the actual grappling, because he's not engaging in much, and I feel like maybe he should be engaging given his repertoire and his ability to grapple within the pass as well. But Spooky may just be that head that he doesn't really want to risk it.
Well, powerful start to this fight for Spooky G. Obviously, this is something that we've expected to see from Cleaning Tuber in the past, his ability to grapple, but normally he's more in the offensive state of doing so. I think that he's trying to anti-grapple a little bit here this evening, although that's all he's had to do in that first round. Now he has to stop that takedown, J-Dime. He has to stop allowing Spooky into a position where he can get to his A game early. Nice. And I suppose one way to do that is to ankle pick a guy within 60 seconds.
You grapple the grappler right there. That's another way. You don't want to get taken down, you take him down, Doctor.
Yeah, that's always the most effective way. Takedown artists don't usually have great takedown defense because normally they're too busy shooting on the mat to begin with. Nice little bottom game here of Spooky, just transitioning to a place, making sure to get what he needs and out of side control. But into half guard here, does deny that. His denies are on point, it seems. High GA as well as he gets back sitting, and it's looking more and more like Tuber's going to have a difficult time if he wants to get anything going when he's in top here.
Nice. Oh my goodness.
Full GA, gets a deny, which is nice. Rolls over into half guard. Quick, simple, and easy is the game, but getting the intricacies and the mind battles are what makes this ground game so tough to master in a lot of cases. But Spooky, being one of the best, has definitely got that down. Lovely deny there as well. Not much damage going on, but that's to be expected when you're in this position.
What is Aljo going to do from side control? Because now you're in a dominant position. Oh, he goes full
mount, top mount, lovely work. And this is where he's got a lot of finishes in the past, but Spooky with an absolutely vital denial to stop the posturing up and ground and pound that was inevitably going to be coming. All of these little bunny shots to try and build up GA, both guys doing so. So Spooky able to very easily get that denial off the top mount transition. Back to full guard, at least momentarily, with a couple of ground and pound shots coming from Aljamain Sterling. An interesting back and forth battle. These guys kind of somewhat neutralizing each other in these grounded positions, but it's about whoever gets that first takedown right now, Doc, seems to be who's getting themselves ahead in this fight.
Yeah, it does, but I mean, also, we've seen the roly-poly nature of how these two have gone back and forth on the mat, so even that first takedown, all that does is put you on the ground and gives you this head start, not necessarily if you're going to be able to lead the rest of this fight. And so far, I don't quite know who's leading this as we're entering with 45 seconds left in the round here.
Yeah, I'm not a judge. That's not my job here, right? So, is this, like, I don't know if this round's an Aljo round, or round one was Umar, right?
Yes.
Yeah, round one is
yeah.
Yeah.
Round one to sure Spooky. This round, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this round's Tubers. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
But I feel like that ground and pound damage there is.
Minutes, bro. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but like.
Wait,
yeah, that was 12-2.
No, that's Spooky's round. It's
Yeah,
12
Spooky.
significant strikes to 2.
Yeah. Because Juba didn't have a lot of ground.
And the way they judge on this game, right? Even though he had control time, like, anytime I played ranked, right? If the guy lays on, say he lays on me, right? If the significant strikes aren't close, they're giving me the round.
You're not wrong, but there was just such a disparity in the amount of time that they were grappling. Like, who had top control. Could very well be right, though. Cleaning Tuber right now might need a finish. This is a really hard fight. I'm not going to lie. But I feel like for both guys, it's a really hard fight. Just due to the stylistic matchup of it.
Yeah.
They both have to be playing on their A game. That is for certain. And it's not even the case of who is the better grappler. It's just who's going to be the one who's better at that singular moment with that deny in that position. And so far, I think Spooky has been the more consistent one. On the feet, though, it's clear that I think Clean Tuber is the more confident one here.
Well, we've had a round-the-piece grappling right now, so we'll have to see if these guys decide to duke it out for the final round. I'd love to see it after a nice solid 10 minutes of pretty high-level grappling from these two guys. And Spooky can be tempted into an ego fight if you try. Not tonight, though, Jay, as he gets that little slip and double leg.
Yeah. So, like I said, if I'm Spooky, I'm looking at it like, even though he's probably up 2-0, you don't know with judges. So I was gonna say look at it like it's 1-1, but now he's on the bottom. If I'm cleaning Tuber, I'm looking at it like these judges got me down 2-0. I gotta do something here.
No, I'm back up on the feet.
Spooky's absolutely in his bag right now. His confidence oozing from him. But that is the big denial from Sterling. And he goes for a takedown of his own and secures it, surprisingly enough. I thought that was going to be an easy denial from Spooky, but Spooky is incredibly good on the ground. And I don't know if this is the right choice with 2 minutes left to go, to be really honest. if we're giving that second round to Spooky,
Yeah.
if you're giving that second round to Spooky, you're just tempting that.
It's a weird choice. I feel like he's been enticed into a grappling battle because he's just been having fun grappling. I mean, if this was another 2 rounds, if it was a 5 round, it would be probably a different story. But yeah.
Okay, now he's got 1 minute 20 to get
He
this
gotta do
done.
something. Oh.
Like I said, Spooky can be tempted to ego fight.
Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home.
Tuba has to let his hands go because, like I said, he's probably down 2-0 right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think he doesn't have like the stamina to really throw crazy amounts of combinations, but he can just like put together 1s, 2s, and 3s.
And he doesn't want to be like
Repetition.
winging head kicks either, because Spooky's reactions on the ground are superb. That means his ducking ability is also going to be superb. He's just got one of those stars where it means if you think, oh,
Ooh.
oh, what the fuck?
Oh my! Hey, that's. Oh my! Oh my! Oh my God! Oh, hey! I know Spooky is mad right now. Clean Tuba, you are a clutch individual. Oh, hey, Clean Tuba, you the man. You're the man.
You've seen me commentate these events for about 4 years, and I don't think that there's been many times where I've been left speechless. This is one of those times. Wow.
Cleaning Tuba saw that and it had to go, and he pulled it out with 10 seconds left to go. Down arguably 2 rounds, nothing left in the tank except a singular head kick. One bad move by Spooky, and that is what happened.
That's crazy, man. That is so
Man.
that's so crazy. And I would say let's see the judges' scorecards, but they don't matter. We know Spooky was up 2 and about to be up 3. So I'm so shocked. Like I said, it's not often I'm left speechless. This is one of those times.
Final card of the season, Tuba taking the seasonal KO award, depth for certain there.
It's so crazy that Doc just knocked his microphone up to the ceiling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro, yeah. But look, that was an absolute crazy way to end out that co-main event here this evening. Credit where credit is due. Spooky answered the call on short notice, put on an incredible performance for quite literally 14 minutes, right? 14 minutes and 55 seconds. And then he got head kicked into another dimension. He is now in the land of wind and whispers. We have him in an ambulance, go into the hospital. We'll hear from him very shortly. Hopefully he is okay. But that does, I'm still kind of a little bit lost, in all honesty, kind of still a little bit speechless. But Jay, that moves us on to our main event here this evening.
Oh, yeah.
Between 2 champions, your PlayStation champion, your Xbox champion, putting it all on the line to close out Primetime 150. The Xbox champion, of course, being Dexpremacy, currently has 4 defenses this season, aka Dave, being your PlayStation champion, also on 4 defenses. This will be a battle for the ages. 2 guys at the absolute height of their game, Jay.
I love this. This is what I like here. We got the 2 champions colliding, and Dexpremacy, I'm not gonna lie, his last fight last week was ugly, but he got the job done. Like, that was a tough fight, and Dave has just been on one. Like, Dave, ever since he's came back, Dave just been that dude. Like, I can't wait to see this. I'm ready for this fight right now.
Don't have to wait any longer, my man, because these are 2 guys where they can both quite genuinely say that they are him of their respective divisions. Now we get to see these 2 guys go at it to close out the season. Couldn't think of a better way to do it. We don't do these champ v champ matches often. In fact, only done them like once in the past between Naz and Fadnator. This This is a crazy matchup, man. This is a crazy matchup. I rate these guys so highly in their all-around mixed martial arts game. Like I said, what Dave has been able to do, the way that he's adjusted his game plans over the years, the way he's adjusted his style over the years, and really being able to maximize the all-round threat that he has become. And then in reverse, Dexpremacy, man, he slowly built on it. I feel like he was always somebody that had some skills, and then all of a sudden, through slow incremental additions to his game, Doc, he was able to add up to the absolute phenom that he has become at the top of that Xbox division.
Yeah, I mean, Dave was a guy who I remember all the way back when starting out 5-0, then and went and lost 5, and was known as the fighter who was consistently inconsistent. And now he is here at 1PT 150, looking to get the Xbox belt along with his PS belt here tonight. And this man has basically cleared out the majority of the PS division, I think it's fair to say, and now he's fighting one of the top guys on the Xbox who's got that belt. Hopefully we don't need a matchup. Good. Yeah, no, but honestly, this is looking to be one hell of a fight. I think is the easiest way to say. Here, Joe.
Yeah, you know what's crazy about Dave? How we've seen him, like when he was coming up, we seen him beat some of the best people in the world and lose to some people that were way worse than that. Like now he's on a consistent run where he just beats all the good people. And you know what I think started it? I think when he made that comeback win against Trixie's what started it. I really think that's what started Dave's run for real.
I don't think you're wrong. Like I said, Dave has been a different man like recently, and so has Dex. But we see these guys kind of come from unknowns to become like fun fighters in the division, and then ultimately kind of peak at the top of their skills. And I feel like that's what we have here. This is one of those very few times where I do not know which way this is going to go. It's impossible to bet against Dave, and it as equally as hard to bet against Dexpremacy. A great start from Dave, I was going to say, but
yeah,
he's landing a lot of damage early, Doc.
He's landing a lot of damage early. A couple of weird little running shots. Head kicks being thrown by Dex. Evidently feels like the head kick is an opening like the actual Volkanovski fight here, but so far Dave kind of keeping himself behind that black line, allowing Dex to take the fight to him first. He doesn't want to be pressured walking onto the body shots that Dex is kind of notorious for sneaking in a lot of the time.
Nice. He's so comfortable fighting on his back foot, though, because he's on his back foot, but he's not panicking, Cyrus.
Oh, exactly right. And that's the thing. These guys are so at the top of their game that there is no panic from these guys. They're at the top of the mountain. They've been there. They've had all of the upcoming threats in their divisions coming after them.
Oh!
And they're used to performing. No, they're used to performing under the pressure. So expect massive adjustments to be made from these guys right now. Expect them to really push the action at different points. I think that they've been trying to download each other a little bit right now, but Dave has always been historically a fast starter out here, Jay, and I feel like we're seeing that right now. He's getting a bit of an early lead, and it's going to be up to Dexpremacy to make those championship level adjustments that we've seen from him in the past to get himself back into this one.
Yeah, and Dave timing on these counters are good. Nice.
His rear hand is there non-stop.
Yeah, like
the straight, the hooks.
Yeah, he's fighting like he's been here before, which he has. And let's see what adjustment Dex makes right here, Cyrus.
Exactly right. I mean, Dex does now have him pressed up against the cage line. Pull, uppercut does land from him, able to get the earlier of the two lands. Getting a couple of jab straights. You've got to remember, of course, that Islam Makhachev is going to be a little bit more of an effective choice at this weight class traditionally. Has some statistic advantages over Volkanovski, but doesn't seem to be playing too much of a factor right now. Although with that being said, Doctor, this of course is the last 20 seconds of the first round when we have 5 in total being scheduled here this evening.
Yeah, 5 total rounds, 1 out of 5 so far completed. Honestly, Dave looks really good. Dave looks like the better striker right now. All changes though, momentum resets everything changes, but I would argue that's Dave's round. Even though he wasn't the one arguably on the front foot for the majority of that fight, Dex was the one leading the battle, but every time he stepped in, he was being met by that body kick there, as you can see in there, or he had a straight or the rear hook. It's that southpaw versus orthodox stance where you have that rear hand playing a lot of the lead game instead of typically how you would see the jab in same stances fights here.
Yeah, I think that Dex, when he gets him on the cage like that, because Dave is comfortable on that cage, he has to clench, put him on the cage, make it more of a fight than just a clean match. Because if he's going to put his back on the cage, you got to do something, Cyrus.
Exactly right. That was a nice little counter that he landed right there. Now trying to get a couple of pulls of his own. Dex is obviously trying to dig deep into those, that kind of bag of tricks that he has. Dave is such a front runner though, man. Like when he gets going, it's hard to get this guy to pump the brakes a little bit. Has to really get his respect, and there's no disrespect from Dave right now, but you can see that he is clearly in his bag. He is beaming with confidence, and rightfully so, because he hasn't really taken a wrong step so far, although I don't want to jinx this man.
He gonna take a wrong step because you said it.
Well, Dex is looking like he's landed a bit more. He's slowly figuring it out, but the difficulty is, will he figure it out before Dave has got that head health low enough, or that block low enough, where it starts? There you go.
Man, I've been calling for man. Cyrus, how many weeks do I say throw to the body when they pull? How many weeks do I say this?
Absolutely, brother. Attack the body and the rest shall follow. I mean, the thing is that Dexpremacy is a guy that typically starts a little bit slower, and Dave is a guy that starts faster. So I will never count out Dex early in a fight, and I will never count out Dave after just a bit of a clip, because he does take some chances out there. This is everything that we were expecting it to be. Another rock from Dave.
Oh, man.
Right.
You know what's crazy? I can argue Dave fights better late in fights, because when he was on that, remember when he used to go 5-5? Dave fight better after he get dropped. But
this is the thing, that he used to fight great at the beginning, have 2 rounds or 3 rounds of shit rounds, and then come back strong. Yeah. He'd find that second wind. Yeah. These guys, man, they have a lot of credits to them.
Oh my god.
Well, it's also looking at the body, and Dave's landed some really good shots, which you don't see very often against someone like Dex either. Takedown as well.
Oh.
I was going to say maybe this is a mistake, but then I realized that both guys are absolutely sensational on the ground as well. So, there ain't no mistakes here.
Yeah, and their picks are fantastic for it as well. Overall, on top game.
Oh, this is bad for Dex.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Did a good job.
Survive.
Right there. Power transition, even when he had GA against him, only 20 seconds left on the clock. You can see these bunny shots all adding up, the head health being demolished, surprisingly enough.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's just non-stop. He's gassing himself out, but he doesn't care.
Yeah. Oh my.
He's chipping away at that head health, man. He's trying to make it count for the next round. He wants to put Islam Makhachev in a position where he can no longer afford to take a single jab or even a strong gust of wind touching that chin. So far, the accumulation of all of the strikes being added up for Volkanovski definitely paying dividends. Bad single leg to cut. What's going on? What's Dave done?
What? Oh, I looked down for a second and he has sold.
The camera nearly fucked him there as well.
I looked down for 1 second.
Okay. I'm suddenly very scared for Dave.
Don't ever be scared for either one of these guys, man.
Clearly not. Jesus.
These guys live and die by the sword. They have so many tools in their tool bag. They're willing to dig deep to find the victory. Dex is injured and hurt, but finds ways to hurt MK Dave. And Dave, once again, able to fire back from the absolute gates of hell to get another stun.
He was going for the spear again. He was going for it again.
Well, I think this is the most injured we've seen both of these guys, definitely in terms of Dex. Dex's head health is the sketches. It's looked as he shot a takedown there. Body kick. The uppercut.
Dex got an uphill battle right now because, body.
Yeah, but I feel like Dex is waiting for that one big counter. As soon as he gets the counter, he can do it. Oh,
boy.
oh,
This is getting. Oh my!
Whoa. He's trying to go for a takedown. He was trying to overhead into a takedown. Oh,
this is brutal, man.
It's Dave.
This is brutal. Dave is big brothering him out here.
He's on another level right now.
Dave is wanting this on the ground just so he doesn't have to deal with the constant back and forth of it. Can offer reversal.
That's what Dex needed. I was gonna say he needed to hold that side control with his life. Is what I
understand.
Why did he get up? No. He's on. Listen, realistically, right? Your head health is really low. You're on top. Let's make it to the 4th round because we're probably gonna need a finish anyway.
Yeah, and the thing is, his stamina is better on the. Oh, that's right.
That's
That's
right.
Dex knows something
Never
about.
mind. Hold on. Oh.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, it's over.
Gee.
Oh, this was for the Xbox belt too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Do you know what that
Dave
means?
is now
You know
He
what
has
that means?
both?
That
Hold on,
means
he has
and new Xbox
And
champion
new.
of Primetime MMA
Oh,
and the world, aka Dave, unified world champion, PlayStation, Xbox,
And?
around his
Hey,
belt,
yeah.
over the arm, brother. He's gonna have that roll in the Discord. And my goodness, is this man somebody to watch out for? I don't know what's gonna happen. We might have a guy competing in the Doc, we may have a guy competing
It would
both
be
in the
the first
Xbox and the PlayStation Grand Prix come the beginning as the
that's
champion.
crazy.
That is absolutely mental. Fuck.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Dang, he gets no breaks. Like,
Nah, bro, it's gonna be back-to-back weeks for that guy.
yeah, that's
Jesus Christ. Well, if you wanted to know why the Primetime guarantee still stands, Primetime 150 has been the card for it. Several Fight of the Night contenders, an insane comeback win in our co-main, and to top it all off, both champions putting it all on the line and bringing you a 3-round war between these two guys. Primetime in the books. That is Season 2 finally done.
Yeah, long old season, my man. Long old season.
Yeah.
I will say for that main event, that was an incredible fight back and forth. But for me, Dave got performance of the night right there. Like that was exceptional. That was truly
really
exceptional. And it wasn't just exceptional because of how he got it done, but it was who he did it against. Dexpremacy has absolutely been beating the who's who of the division recently. And for Dave to come over here and to do it in such emphatic fashion, of course, a couple of stumbles, couple of moments where he got hurt, but it's impossible not to do that against such a credible threat like Dexpremacy. For him to walk away with a victory like that, though, is absolutely massive, and it speaks to the improvements that this guy has done over the run here at Primetime MMA. An incredible night of fights, as always. As Doc said, Primetime 150 in the books. If you haven't already, make sure to check out JDime TV, most entertaining guy that you will see on Twitch, period. Monday to Friday. Guy is consistent and relentless with it. And then, of course, he joins us here on the Saturdays, gracing us with his presence in the commentary booth. I appreciate, of course, Dr. Who has joined us in the commentary booth. It is nice to have you back in the booth. The little engine that could keep Primetime MMA going every single week. I have obviously, of course, been Cyrus. Make sure, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, to tune in next Sunday for Primetime, for UFC 5 Community Day Tournament, the first annual event that we will be having celebrating EA UFC titles. This one, of course, UFC 5, 1 year in, the anniversary to be celebrated in a very, very big way. A 64-man tournament will be kicking off. It's going to be a fun one, Jay. I promise you that, my man. The who's who of the Xbox.
It's going to be long.
That it will.
a lot of punching and a lot of kicking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And of
A lot of
course,
grappling as well. But yeah, that's
a
what you
lot
get.
of money on the line as well for these guys. The Xbox division getting some love this time round. And it's going to be a very, very fun night. I'm sure you're going to see names like Dave and the likes, Dexpremacy and so on, all throughout that tournament. But for right now, that has been Primetime 150. The only thing I ask of you here this evening is please make sure to join the raid at the end. We have one of our very close friends, another incredibly entertaining Twitch streamer in Dr. Swaggy Kush, or Swaggy Dr. Kush, who is still streaming, currently celebrating with a 24-hour stream He's about 22 hours into this thing as he celebrates his 2,000 follower count. So make sure to join us for this raid. Show some love to this man. He deserves it. And until the next one, much love. Peace out.